Hey everyone, I'm Edie and I'm an au pair in Lyon, France. I've been here for 3 months. I wanted to become an au pair because I was in school to be an art teacher. I realized my 3rd year of university that I was ready for a change and I wanted to experience living somewhere abroad. And since I love kids, it worked out really well and I decided to become an au pair after I graduated from college. My situation is really unique. My host mom was actually pregnant with the 3rd host kid who was born like 3 months after I signed the contract. So it's my host parents and then it's my 14-year-old host girl and my 7-year-old host boy, which are from my host mom's first marriage. And so they spend half the week with their dad. So my week is kind of, it changes every other week depending on if the kids are at their dad's or not. And then the baby is my main priority. I get the best of both worlds. I'm in a small village 30 minutes outside of Lyon. So I experience city life during the day and then village life some weekends if I don't come into the city, or at night when I just want to stay home, and it's really nice. Villages are more quiet. There's also less of a chance that you'll meet people who know English, so sometimes it's a good way to force yourself to learn French. Even though Lyon is the 2nd largest city, it's not super touristy compared to Paris, which is really refreshing. And it's also, even though it's very large, it's easy enough to learn very quickly. Like, I feel very confident navigating my way around the city. I think that's the biggest difference. It's not a very complicated city. It's pretty set out and easy to figure out. The way I met most of my friends, funny enough, is through APOP. So my 2 closest au pair friends, their names are Jade and Joanna. I think one of us made a post on the open forum asking if anyone was going to be in Lyon, and we all found each other and added each other on Facebook individually. Jade and I are in the same language school, so we decided to meet up one day, and Joanna and I had already met in the city a few days before, and so I met with each of them individually, and then I realized that we would all get along really well together, so we hung out, and ever since then we've been very close. Using apps like Bumble has a BFF option where you can meet new people, and also through my language school I've met a lot of people because I'm in an au pair course, so most of my classmates are au pairs, so that's been really nice. If you're trying to find a date or a romantic interest, I personally had good luck with Tinder, surprisingly. I never used it in America. When I came here, I decided to give it a try. Being upfront in your profiles on dating apps is very important. I clearly said I was an American au pair, and I wrote my bio in English because my French isn't very good, and I knew I didn't want to get placed in a situation where someone expected me to speak more French than I was comfortable speaking. And I had really good luck with being upfront and being honest too. My biggest difficulty as an au pair has been learning not to compare my experience to other people's experiences. I am very content and happy with my host family and my schedule and my pay. But I found that the moment I start comparing my experience to another au pair's experience, I start to lose that feeling of happiness and contentness, and I start to wish like, oh, I wish I had a family that gave me more time off, or I wish I made as much money as this person does. But then I have a reset where I like go and spend time with my family after a long day, and we eat dinner together and we're laughing and joking around, and everything feels right to me, and I remember like, oh yeah, I'm in the right place, I'm with the right people, I need to stop worrying about what's happening with other au pairs. I can be happy for them without feeling negative about my experience. So since I live in a village outside of Lyon, I have a car, which is exciting. I also got very, very lucky because the car that I drive is automatic, and I learned manual before coming to France just in case, but when I got here I was very happy and lucky to discover that it was an automatic car because manual would stress me out. Leon has a lot of hills. Having the car has been a really fun experience. The first few times was very nerve-wracking for me, but my host family, the month I arrived, it was July, so we were on holiday, so I got an entire month to just acclimate to things. And one of those things was driving in the car with my host family with me, so I felt very calm, and I felt like if something went wrong, my host dad or my host mom would help me out. Another thing that's been really nice is having that extra freedom to go to the supermarket or maybe take a drive to the park that's in our village and kind of get away when the kids aren't there. I am lucky that I have complete access to public transportation, so a bus runs right from where I live into Lyon every day, so I can either take the bus or I can take the train. So even though I have a car, it's not a stress to me worrying about driving in a big city, which is a relief. I think my least favorite thing about au pairing is not always having the freedom to go wherever I want at any time. The spontaneity of things sometimes gets diminished a bit, and that might just be particular to my situation and my schedule that I have. That is one downside to living in a village, is that when I want to go into the city, it's something I have to kind of think about ahead of time. I can't just text someone on a Wednesday night and say, oh hey, do you guys want to go grab drinks or go out and get dinner? The way that I reconcile and try to turn my viewpoint to positive, if I sometimes feel like I'm not getting paid as much as another au pair, or if sometimes I feel like my schedule might be a little more closed off than some au pairs, I just remind myself that I am with a family who really cares about me. I'm their first au pair, so I'm like very special to them and they're very special to me. I just think that outlook is the most important thing, and I've learned a lot over the years, especially going through university, about how a positive outlook and trying to turn things positive is the best way to not get yourself disappointed about things, which is obviously much easier said than done. It's just something that's taken me a lot of practice. I can't even explain the confidence that comes with moving to a new country, one, but also learning a city of a country that is new to you with a language that might be new to you. It's just so exciting to know that like you can go into a city and you can navigate it and feel super comfortable, or you can go into a cafe or a bakery and order a meal or a drink and be able to say it completely in French and know that you can be self-sufficient. I struggle a lot with social anxiety, but I do think that coming to France and kind of being forced into situations that make me a little uncomfortable sometimes makes me feel even more confident to go back to America and be able to talk to people, because it will be in English, the language I've spoken my whole life. And one piece of advice I think I would give for anybody who is thinking about becoming an au pair is to not limit yourself. If you're interested in au pairing in Paris, then that's great, go for it. But don't limit yourself to just Paris. If you're having difficulty finding a family, maybe broaden your search criteria and try maybe to focus more on the family itself and not so much the location. If I had just stayed searching in Paris, which is originally kind of where my thought process was going, I would have never been matched with my family, and it's been a perfect match for me. Make sure that you guys subscribe if you want more videos like this. If you are particularly interested in au pairing in Lyon, don't forget to check out the website, aupairopairs.com. Bye!